the creators to let them know I was going live, and I asked them to stream to get the information out more and more. So, as you guys know, I have been working the past 3 days now on focusing my energies on what can legally be done regarding having Florida man, otherwise known as Michael Kinney, arrested. I've been working on a GoFundMe where the funds that are received will go for any tips that lead to Florida man's arrest. I will be putting the GoFundMe live today. Now, I know that Florida man has already said that the GoFundMe will be reported and taken down. I don't think he realizes that you can put GoFundMes private and you can share a link with people. So the way I'm going to work the GoFundMe is this. I am going to give the active link to creators on this app that have been victims of Mike's. And I will let them share it to their supporters who want to donate to this GoFundMe. I am not going to allow what happened in my Discord to happen to this GoFundMe. So all of the creators that have been attacked, harassed, bullied, slandered, any of that stuff will get a invite link, and then they can share it to people. And it's only going to those people that I trust and that I know are pissed off at him. Number 2, I was also waiting to post the GoFundMe because I wanted to make sure that Alachua County, Florida would indeed extradite him no matter in the country that he's picked up. And I just got off the phone with the officer who is in charge of this case, and he said absolutely any of the 50 states that he's picked up in, he will be extradited to Florida. And indeed, you can go check, anybody can go check this. He does have an active warrant out of Florida, because I know there's people that are saying, no, show the warrant. No. Those of you that don't believe it, do your own fucking footwork, and you can look it up. The other thing that the officer gave me was he gave me a tip line. He gave me the tip line for Alachua County for any open investigations. I will be posting that on my page. According to him, the way it works is if you, it's an anonymous tip line. If you call in and you give information regarding the whereabouts of Florida man and it leads to his arrest, then there is a board of oversight with the tip line. And based on the tip and all that, the money could be anywhere from a couple $100 to $1,000 for tips resulting in the arrest and incarceration of people that are wanted in Alachua County. So I will be posting that also. The GoFundMe will go completely as a reward for information leading to his arrest. And it's in any of the 50 states. Now, what I'm asking for and what the police want is information. They don't want people driving around trying to be, going rogue, okay? You don't want to approach him. You don't want to do anything like that. We know there are people that know where he is. We know that there are people that may have an idea where he is. We want any tips. Any tips. I am now working in conjunction with this officer from Florida. I told him that any information that I get will go directly to him. He is in the loop. This is not a bunch of people riding by the seat of their pants. This is completely 100% on the up and up. I did my research on GoFundMes, and indeed, you are allowed to do a GoFundMe and use it as a reward. I even spoke with the officer to make sure that it was legal to do it, and he said absolutely. And that's when he said, "Oh, I can also help you out here. I have a tip line you can also use." So I will be posting the tip line on a post I'll be putting this afternoon. Also, I have set up an email for any tips. And the email I will post, but I will tell you it's very easy to remember. It is bolomichaelkinney@gmail.com. Yes, it is, beauty. bolomichaelkinney@gmail.com. So that's the information. He has lived in Florida. Yes, Debs. That is the information regarding the GoFundMe that is going to go live in a couple hours. And again, if you would like to donate for the reward that somebody will get for information leading to his arrest, I will give you the information for that. I'm glad Snark thinks it's funny. I'm glad she does. So on another note, why am I not collecting money for a private investigator? I will tell you why. It's funny when you are on a social media platform and you know people from all walks of life. And you don't know everything about them. But when people see what you're trying to do, which is, number one, hold somebody accountable for their actions. And in this case, it is taking Michael Kinney off of social media, off of TikTok, where it is his main platform for verbally assaulting, defaming, bullying, harassing, slandering women, but also having him incarcerated so he can no longer commit crimes throughout the country, which he's been doing his whole life with very little, with no consequences. People step forward and people reach out. And I can tell you that I have multiple people around the country that are private investigators that are actively looking for him. In multiple states, based on information that we've gotten, We've already ruled out some areas, but we have other areas to look for. So there are two different things here. There is the GoFundMe for information, and there is an active legal search by licensed private investigators. And guess what? The PIs are not costing anything. They're doing this on their own because they have seen and they have heard about what Michael has done to people on this app, what he's done to people off the app, what he's continuing to do. He's doing all of this because he doesn't think that there will be any consequences to his actions, because he is a ghost right now. He has no set address. He has no set location. It's not like if you lived in a house where you could call the police and say this is where he lives. He's doing this because right now he thinks he's untouchable. Nobody is untouchable. Nobody is untouchable. My advice to people that are listening right now, if Michael has harassed you, if he has doxed you, if he has put out family information, anything that he's done to you, please keep all of that information, okay? Build a file of exactly his own words, his own videos, all of that stuff. Save it. Because as soon as he is incarcerated, at that point, everybody should file against him. Because unlike the way he has used the court system, filing falsely against people and then not showing up, being served to appear in court and he doesn't show up, once he's incarcerated, he has no choice. He will have to appear in Zoom court proceedings. So everybody that he has stalked and harassed men as well, absolutely, but not to the extent that he's done it to women. Not nearly to the extent. So save everything. And as soon as he's incarcerated, if you have been affected negatively, whether it's your family, your job, your persona on TikTok, because we know everything he puts out there is a lie. And it's all different levels of defamation and slander. Save it all. Save it all. Because the more and more cases he has against him in terms of POs, open warrants, I guarantee you that will affect the amount of time he's going to be incarcerated. I can guarantee you, based on his past and based on his current situation where he does not have a residence, once Florida picks him up and once he is extradited to Florida, he is not going to be getting out on a bond. He will be there. They're not going to let him out because he will leave. Absolutely. He will leave. He will leave the county. He will leave the state, and he will try to disappear again. So that's the deal. I'm hoping that in the GoFundMe, we can raise between $1,000 and $2,000. No, he has not gotten arrested yet. I'm hoping we can raise $1,000 to $2,000. Because let's face it, the economy is tough right now. There are a lot of people struggling. And quite honestly, if I was friends with him and I knew where he was and I knew that I could get $2,000 from a reward and up to $1,000 from a tip line, if I could be getting almost $3,000, I would blow the fucking whistle on him. Because what these people have to understand is he doesn't give a shit about anybody except himself. He would do the same thing. He would throw somebody under the bus for money. I can tell you that there are things happening behind the scenes. Not only with him, with other people in his orbit. The tide is turning right now. The tide is turning right now. And people that have been doing this shit to people on social media, the leverage is starting to ease more towards the victims of these people. Yes, everything is confidential. Absolutely 100%. Everything is confidential. Anybody that knows me on this app knows that I am true to my word. I don't care who the person is. If somebody emails to bolomikekinney@gmail.com and it's somebody that's close to him, and that information leads to his arrest, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything because I want him taken in. And at that point, I'd give props to the person that did it because it's the right thing to do. Absolutely confidential. The tip line that I'm going to post, that's for Alachua County, where there is a reward, that is anonymous also.